and the apartments. Device takes him down, and there was a 4-man stack from the CT side towards A because it's so prevalent in the pistols. The bomb will be planted up to Stewie now by himself, dropped by Dupree. Glaves chiming in as well. That's round done. Skadoodle's low HP, like he said, an A to the face early on. This is a rough pistol round for the CT side.
Yeah, just not a good way to get started at all. And already Automatic's just... well, actually, sorry, Skadoodle's just making a run for it. He's got a smoke and a kit, I suppose. So yeah, just going to leave. I'm not sure why Automatic isn't just doing the same thing with the armor here.
That's $700 worth of utility, right? So it's worth saving, I guess. So we'll be using that for the next round. And I guess Automatic with the armor probably wants to save that, but they've actually left this. If he had a kit, there is a world where he runs in and defuses that, but it doesn't happen, obviously. Yeah. So it won't be going off. Dupree did check it towards the end, so I think absolutely fine. And there it is. Astralis run over the pistol.
Now, I want to point this out, because this is a pet hate of mine that I've been talking about for a long time. Shroud, he's playing that position towards the B hallways, where he's supposed to jump in and get the information.
Yeah.
I can't even count the number of people who... It's like someone told him, you know, peek for information, and then once you see them, it's like, what's the plan then? Where are you going once you see that they're rushing you?
Bit of panic.
People don't know, you know, so then they just sort of, I'll go hide under the window or on site or by truck or by bench. Like, what you've got to know exactly in your mind, you know, okay, when I see them, I will pull out this grenade, I'll throw it, and then I'll go here.
You need to buy time, really.
Yeah,
you need to like try and set up as long as possible. Try and aim for one kill at least, but can't really stand in the open like he did. He got stuck in such an awkward position there. No players towards shore, and here we go towards B. Astralis. Of a risky move going all in on this B side, but looks like it'll be working out for them. Device fight the first frag and through the smoke. That's Glaive dropped by Automatic. Now a little chance to the CT here, not much, but they have done significant damage. And it's going to be up to Skadoodle now, who pushes through the fire, trying to get the next pick here. Nothing with the PT-50 as well, but there it is. The headshot comes through, and Kiabi's dropped 4-on-3 in favor of the CTs.
That's a very good move from Skadoodle, pushing in aggressively and just hiding in the corner like that. Definitely working out for him. Nothing has gone down, and Stewie's next in line, so a bit of a shame for Cloud9. It looked like maybe there could have been a fun opening, but it's all gone. Dupree will pick up a couple of kills at the end, and that will be the round for Astralis here. So 2-0 in their favor, and moving into the third round. Can't expect too much out of Cloud9 here, so no. You know, just any amount of kills they can get around like this is going to be good.
Yeah, absolutely. That's all they're really aiming for, just try and take money out of the Astralis pockets here. Round number 3 for sure. Just default pistols. I think we've got Automatic with the CZ. That's about it. He spends $800 in total in this round. He gets a smoke as well. Flashbang for Skadoodle. He's got enough for the orb, certainly next round. So he's absolutely fine with this current process. We've got 3 UMPs, a MAC-10 for Astralis. And around us should be a clean sweep. Probably aiming to keep 4 players, if not 5, alive here. First player spotted, that's all CPL, and that's the smoke deployed already. So Device might go down here. Reloading, awkward time with Glaive to bail him.
I like this crunch from Cloud9, and this is something that Lurpus was talking about. I think he meant later on when they have rifles.
Sure,
but
more aggressive stuff.
Yeah, but I still think it's a really valid point, and I'm glad that he brought it up because it's such a great feature of this map. I mean, if you can go for sort of slightly later mid-control on the CT side and just manage to crunch people out of there, that's really valuable. So, we'll see if it's going to work on later for them. I mean, they got 2 kills in the round. This is a big success for the American team, I would say.
Absolutely. Yeah, Automatic, you can see him finding at least one. Got the MAC-10 now. If he gets 1 kill with this, that would be a success. That's another $600 in the bank, right? It means he gets a nice full buy. A nice meaty one, Anders.
That's what we like here. That's what
I know I do.
That's what we want to see more of.
So he'll be on it. Like, the thing is, the MAC-10 is pretty much useless for the next round, right? Like, you don't really want to take that on a CT side to do a gun round. So you're just hoping that he can do something. I guess he's got the CZ as well. I guess that's sort of worth saving in the sense that if it all goes wrong, you can pull the CZ out and still have a powerful weapon as a sidearm. There's no point in just running away and dying. You're hoping for an exit here. And you can see that to kind of confirm my point, he's using the CZ here as opposed to the MAC-10, as the CZ is going to be actually deadlier in this sort of scenario. So he will be staying alive. It doesn't look like he'll be hunted down. So saves the MAC-10, a CZ, no nades, but like we said, the CZ, I guess it's something. I'd assume he drops the MAC-10 here.
You would hope so. There really aren't many positions. I mean, if it was like a MAC-7 or something he had saved, you know, give it to Shroud and let him hold the B hallway.
It's got his place in the map,
that can work, but the MAC-10 maybe not so much.
Yeah, and that's gone now. So he purchases the M44 here, Shroud down to the FAMAS. No kits, no head armor, and as we've got 2 UMPs on the map. This looks like a straight-up set piece from Astralis. Can see them lining up smokes already. These are the kind of tactics you want to be deploying on the first gun round, especially against the force by mentality, the CTs these days. Would have dropped one of these in, really difficult to hold off with lack of utility, and we see no head armor as well. These UMPs become AKs essentially that can run. So that's kind of cool for them.
3 men set up for the smokes. I always wonder why people don't use smokes that are further back. You know, they're so exposed when they're there by the A-ramp.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess it's a bit of a gamble and maybe
It's
not such a big
you've got
one.
like, what, a 5-second window, you've got the smoke out. It's unlikely to get pushed to that point, but Stewie by himself. There's the UMP in action. No head armor, completely dropped at the start.
You say it here, it pops up there. The only saving grace right now, I think, is automatic with a huge flank coming in through T-spawn right now. That might be the one thing that could save them, but they need to stay alive with the rest of the force here and make this work.
With no kits, it's unlikely it does much. He might find one kill that gives his position away. We've got Skadoodle Orb though. That's something. Okay.
Yeah, it's done.
No, doesn't happen.
We're trying to set that one up, Henry. I feel like we were doing a good job for a while there.
Doing really well.
But now it's just almost impossible. And actually, I mean, Shroud just trying the best to hide. I think he was probably waiting for automatic to pop up, and he couldn't do anything else, I think. So just very unfortunate. It's one of those things where once the flank is really happening and someone has got in through, you know, the enemy lines and he's in T-spawn, the rest of the team really need to be in on what the plan is and sort of think, all right, so now all we have to do is stay alive. You know, we've got to wait, we've got to coordinate this well enough that it works out. Otherwise, you're not really giving that guy a chance to ever make that work, you know. Well,
not working out so far for Cloud9, I have to say. Force buy. We discussed it in depth today in the earlier games. It was actually in that Cloud9 Fnatic game. It was Fnatic that got caught by this sort of problem. You go into that first gun round up against saved UMPs. If the in-game leader's aware of that, you know he's force ball. You go over these set pieces. I was making that point earlier in the round. The idea is the CTs might not have orbs, might not have incendiaries, or even a full plethora of smokes there. So the fact is, they didn't have a diffuse kit or head armor, so that's perfect for Astralis. Get towards the A site, help yourself to that. And unless you find the first couple of kills, Stewie had to go wild with the close M4, but didn't happen. Got taken down with the UMP, and then the round fell out of control. It's going to be round number 5 here. We do have a saved M4 from automatic, but that's about all we have to work with. Glaive very quick towards the connector here. First frag guaranteed. There it is. Just going to with the default with USP. Manages to take down Kiabi, so something to work with here. Not much, but something. And automatic chimes in as well. Not too bad.
Oh, the bomb is back in T-spawn, man. You sort of wish that automatic would keep pushing this. Sip will get the kill on Stewie at least. And looks like automatic might be running into Glaive. Oh, he sees the hand there. Just a nice shoulder peek coming out of Glaive. That's going to make life a bit tricky. But automatic's such a smart player right now. He's winning this round for Cloud9. It's back to a 2-on-2. And they will go and try and look for the kill on him. But this is now it's really weird for Astralis. Like, once they pick up this bomb, think about how much of this map they have to go and look for just to find out where the rest of Cloud9 are. I mean, they don't know where anyone is at the moment.
Dupree on the Mac 10 as well. Zipex them for low HP. Shroud now finds an AK-47 automatic in a perfect flank situation here. Oh, he obviously doesn't have the information. They've made their way towards A, so he can't pull the trigger just yet and go for the full commitment. But both CTs in towards T-spawn. Bomb will be planted now. No kids. That's the one main problem we have here, Anders. The fact is now you have to come in and find the frags and defuse with full 10 seconds as well. It'd be a blunder from Astralis to actually give this one away. Maybe you're just saving the M4s and the AK at this point. You could have a sniff around at this point. Sure, Shroud, if you get some sort of sick shot like right now, we'll go for it. But at this point, I think right now, I'm saving these weapons.
Yeah. And I think that's the call that they're making
as well.
too.
That's kind of good. That's works
really big.
Very nicely.
I feel like automatic is it's a real delight watching him play in some of these rounds because he seems to have just a lot of emotional control. Like, he doesn't seem to get panicked almost no matter how many engagements he's going to have in a row. Yeah. I think that's what stresses people out sometimes. You know, they get one good shot and then a second, but then, you know, number 3 or 4 becomes really difficult. He seems to control himself very well, in my opinion, but he's still aggressive. Like, he's still got that aggressive quality to him.
He always, like, he knows every kill counts in Counter-Strike, right? Like, you might think even as a 5v1, getting one kill means nothing, but it all adds up. The economy of CS is one of the things people underestimate. I think that's why I focus so much on MI casting. I think it's such a massive part of the game, but maybe like a lot of people don't focus on so much. But just finding one kills in situations like that and staying alive, it just limits them. It could actually bring you around 3 rounds later. You know, it might sound silly in that sense, but it means one player might have a kit, might have an incendiary and can't hold off a specific push. So every kill definitely important. He's one of those great players that definitely has a understanding of what kind of risk is kind of deserving of finding a frag.
Another chance here for Cloud9, saving 2 rifles, one of them in AWP, obviously really big news, and now they really have to make this work. Astralis have already got 5 rounds, and there's Glaive opening up, taking down nothing, and if you remember, he was almost invisible on Inferno, and if he's going to have a chance to get into play here, it's going to get real tricky. Stewie in so much trouble on this bomb side. He's got the M4, but he's got no backup here, and he goes for the spray, but it's just not good enough. Sip will take him down, and 5 versus 3 here, and it's all unraveling. It seems like Cloud9 don't even have any chance.
I think this is just a classic case for Astralis knowing exactly how Cloud9 play here. Nothing in that connector position. You can see how he got taken out straight away. Shroud now Don't think he's really in the form to win in 1v5, but he's making a case for it at least. Managed to get 2 kills, but that's all he'll get. And yeah, nothing, dropped straight away. That's Astralis say, okay, we know the A side to be slightly weaker now. Stewie by himself had to watch between Tetris and Apartments as well. As soon as they ascertain he's on the side itself, facing the Apartments, take him down. Everyone probably knows that nothing, and Skadoodle will be playing towards that mid area. Once you found nothing, it's going to be a slow rotate from Skadoodle. A side's open, and yeah, there we go. Rough start here for Nothing and Co, as you can see on the screen. And tactical timeout coming in from the American side, and maximum loss spend is sure, but $3,400 per player doesn't really equal a full buy. They have got a bit more money. They've got Shroud, who's got like 7k. They've saved a few players here and there. Same story for Skadoodle as well. So probably will buy into this. It will be like 2 players, probably down to UMPs, which will be Nothing and Stewie. Automatic purchases the AWP, so presumably throws that to Stewie or Skadoodle.
Oh.
Maybe in one of these sort of buys, he's like the Hail Mary. He's like, I've got a 6 spawn, I want to go take it. I'll have a look at what he's doing.
Double
really?
AWP.
He's got to spawn towards B, I guess. Double AWP, okay. So he had 2 players with a ton of cash.
Yeah.
Good to see what they can do.
This is really interesting. I would have said, listen, you've had 6 rounds in a row where more or less you let Astralis take all of the initiative and you were just waiting in some sort of static position. And, you know, I would want to get some of that control back and say, you know, you're not just going to be allowed to sort of, you know, set up everything like you want it to. But buying into double AWP means probably you are going to have more static positions again. Maybe Automatic could change it. I hope that he does. I want to see the sort of progressive gameplay coming out of them here, where they're the ones taking the fight to Astralis.
Absolutely. He just pushed for a smoke there. He's looking aggressive towards short. Smoke's deployed towards the window there. Very default stuff from Astralis right now. They will be coming towards middle, and Automatic is not overcommitting here. Flashbang's decent though, he's got to be very careful. Does he pull the trigger? Oh my god, what's he waiting for there? Like, you either pull the trigger and fall back.
Yeah.
Like, you don't just sit there fully blind and go down. That's why the flash is there from the T, to actually give them a chance to face that position. I think that was a little bit of lapse of judgment, I think, on his behalf, but almost got it. It was lined up for him. Obviously, he was fully blind. Nothing fighting back though from the connector. Takes down Kiabi, but look at Nothing's HP down to 4, and they've lost the man advantage as well. Stewie just at a UMP here. 1 kid available, but another player dropped. This looks like another Astralis round.
Oh god, what is happening, Hank? It's just it's fallen apart here for Cloud9. I would have bet that this would have been, especially with the map pick, I think this would have been one of those games that could have been really good, you know, but it now, you know, how do you come back from this if you're Cloud9? This is one of those nightmare situations where nothing's working and you're kind of pulling strategies out of the hat, like in setups and stuff you're not used to playing, like Automatic on the up towards short. Like, I'm sure that's not part of the default game plan for them. It's like, okay, we're desperate here. We've got 2 players on like 7 grand. Should we just get 2 AWPs out? Like, Automatic go and try and hunt for a pick. And let's have a look. If he throws that flashbang right, you can see how blind he is. Like, either you pull the trigger straight away, right, and then you're falling back. Like, that's the default play, and it's very common, and device is waiting for that. But he sits there fully blind for like maybe just under 2 seconds, which is way too long in my opinion. He needs to be just getting out of there straight away to avoid that being a particular outcome. But still, device, very good shot from him. And we're going to be in round number 8 now. We'll see. It's another little partial buy here from Cloud9. PT50's D will CZ, some armor as well, but Dupree, he's having none of that. He just walks out of the palace area, finds the first kill, and towards Nothing. That should be the round, really. Like, you're in a very strong position now. You've got complete control of palace. You've got vision towards steps. No one's there. And he's setting up some basic smokes. And the CT's bleeding out in terms of their utility. They've deployed all of it now. I need the pistols to work with it. Dupree trying to get information for his team. No one else in that shadow position. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, Skadoodle is there, burning alive. Lovely. Take him down. Yeah, I mean, he was doing a pretty good job living through that. I think
all the bullets are coming around him.
And, you know, all of that is just basically paper thin. It's ridiculous. I think, especially that first big box, you can shoot through with a Glock. I don't think many people think about that. But if you're coming in from the A ramp, you can just shoot through that whole thing with a box, which is kind of weird. 8-0 here. I think one of the issues is, now you've been passive for so long that the switch into playing aggressively, Astralis will probably think it's going to be coming soon, you know. So there's a bigger chance, I think, that they will be ready for it.
That's the natural adaptation at this point, right? You're thinking, okay, nothing's working. They've got that double AWP set up again, so you can see how they've changed that. So it is Stewie, obviously, the secondary AWP for the team. Automatic, that was weird. He brought that out. He had the more money, sure, but for me, that's such a strange play to bring in a best of 1. But Stewie towards the connector this time. And we're looking for these AWPers to really start setting the tone for the game. They're not out of it just yet, believe it or not. 8-0, it's recoverable, right? You can get like 5 rounds on the board, I think you'll be fine, but here we go, Glaive towards connector once again. KRB will be joining him. Smoke out from the CT side, and Glaive looks like he's loving that. He'll use that as a chance to boost up. CT should be aware this is a possibility, and they'll be rotating in. That should be a free kill. There it is. Stewie takes down Kiabi. Now they've got something to work with here. 5-4, favourite of Cloud9.
That's really, really important, that kind of a frag. It looked like there was a big gap in the defense there in that window. I was getting worried for just a second that they had lost sight of it, but heads-up play coming out of Stewie then. That's not bad at all. That one position there for nothing, yeah, that's dangerous for that one reason. There's nothing that his teammate could do. He will manage to get out and actually lures him right into Skadoodle's crosshairs. That's what you want.
Yeah.
But that can still be scary.
Well, it's still a 5-on-3. Astralis definitely a team that can be scary in this sort of scenario, and it's going to be the first kill there for Zipex. He towards the shadow once again. It's Skadoodle, one of the key scouts of the Cloud9 defense, taken down. Glaives through connector as well, so this could still fall apart, but automatically he should have secured it at that point. It's going to be a 4-on-2 now. Dupree and Zipex in the clutch.
The bomb is back in T-spawn with just 27 seconds here, so they really needed some quick frags for this to work out, and it just won't. So finally Cloud9 pick up a round here.
Yep.
8-1, and yeah, I mean, I guess the question is how much of that is sort of repeatable. It seemed like Astralis tried to switch it up a little bit this round with the boost into window, and can Astralis now go back to what worked just before and make it work again? We'll
find out, but for now, at least Cloud9 keeping 4 players alive in that previous round. The reset isn't as dangerous. They can still buy if they lose this round, and presumably will save a couple of weapons there as well. But it's Astralis still on their standard setup. 1 AWP, 4 AKs, of course. Very decent money for them, even after the reinvestments here. Still about 6k per player, so they're absolutely fine. They can keep applying pressure here, maybe chuck in a B-rush, something like that. Very simple execution towards that side of the map. We haven't really seen too much over there. Astralis, though, round number 10. Get into it. Double AWP setup is still running for Cloud9 here. Stewie, as you can see, doesn't opt for the head armor. He's still got money to buy it, but you don't really need it against the AK-47s. You know the AKs are coming out this round. 3 kits available to CT, so they're fully equipped here. All the grenades, and this is a chance for them to really sink their teeth into this first half.
We'll see how it works out for them again. A double up setup is such an expensive investment for Cloud9 that they needed to work for more than just a single round. You know, they got to keep those AWPs alive for quite a while before the full sort of return on investment is really there. But it seems like a fairly default spread coming out of the Astralis side. This is what you'd want to see on the T side. I like the aggressive push if he could keep that up from Stewie. I wish he could look even further into the B hallway then, because once you've got that long diagonal line where he's looking all the way down towards underpass, essentially, you just know so much about what's going on, and he's going to be moving up. I love this play from Stewie. This is really good play. Yeah, as a B player, this is where you hit victory, essentially.
Well, speaking of which, Skadoodle, he's helping out as well. He finds a frag and nothing. Oh no! Looking the wrong way. Luckily, Device caught his nade out there, but does get taken down eventually. Kiavi using the information from his teammate to find that first frag. Automatically to defend, and Skadoodle's missing shots now. Needs to step up here. He can't land anything. Still a bit of a brawl as Automatic fights back as well. 3-on-2 in favor of Cloud9. Bomb is down as well, so they have a real chance to actually win this round. That should secure it. Stewie taking down Device, and now just Zipex. One of the best clutches we have in CSGO. Is this a stretch too far, though?
Seems very unlikely. I feel like Cloud9 would have to make a big mistake to actually give him this round. He doesn't have any more grenades left, and they know he's somewhere on the bomb side. He's moving up, and he gets taken down by Automatic. And Cloud9 picking up a second round here.
Yes.
I have to highlight, this might seem completely trivial, but I have to highlight Stewie playing that aggressive B line, because really often on this map, B players get so incredibly overlooked because they don't do anything for a long time.
It's true.
So they have, almost no kills on the scoreboard. All they ever do is die trying to retake the A bomb side. It's just a miserable position. But even getting no kills, if you can play that aggressively and make it work, you're just doing a lot for your team. So yeah, I would just want to commend that.
Absolutely. If you're comfortable with an AWP there by yourself, you can lock that down. But as an anchor, that's fantastic. And Stewie absolutely right. It's a small note, but does give his team a lot to work with there on the other side of the map. Back into it though, Cloud9, a couple in a row. That's what they needed. Now they can really start making a dent towards Astralis and their money. Still enough for a full buy here for the Danish side, but it's starting to whittle down. About 2k per player after the reinvestments now, so they're getting close. We'll see whether Skadoodle can step up once again from CT spawn. Quite a thin spread on the A side of the map. Just nothing in Scar there by themselves. Automatic towards CPL. So took the AK-47 though, but now presumably smoked out of position as they go up towards short.
Stewie's position is going to be dangerous here. He actually picks up 1 kill, goes for the second shot. You can't really shoot through that wall, and he's going to get run down by Dupree. I don't think anyone will be suspecting. Yeah, Shroud's in a very unlikely position right now. They really shouldn't be checking this, and even Automatic coming in for a big frag there. Shroud with a headshot on Dupree, and Shroud just doing even more work here. Great double kill for him. That's such a great mind game, isn't it? Like, once you get the kill on Stewie, that's it. You think, no one else is going to be there.
Because he's so close to the AWP, you just assume that's not a possibility. Like, obviously, you might be considering it, but in like on the heat of the action and stuff like that, you're going to be walking past it. Oh, we're taking on the AWP, he's probably there by himself. Look at Shaw, we didn't see it from his POV, but no one's checking there. They have no idea he's actually be striking that time, and the teammate backing up from short as well. Automatic, what a perfect flank that was. 3 rounds in a row now. Now you can see the money starting to be a little bit more dire for Astralis. Just a good little for Dupree. Still 3 AKs in the AWP, but this will be the final round of the money, and the defense seems to be working for them now. Back to the full set piece here, and this from the start of the round. Quite rare to see this. It's nice to chuck it in every, like, twice a half maybe, off the bat, and nothing. He can sense it and takes down the first pick. This is perfect.
Oh, that's such a miserable feeling. You're just setting up for everything. He goes for a second fight, but he won't actually find the kill. Gets taken out by Dupree instead. Stewie pushing through, trying to get that. That's very dangerous. Through the smoke and everything. Skadoodle missing his chance there. Maybe could have got the kill. They still got plenty of time, so they don't really have to commit to the A-bomb side if they can get out of here. But if they stick around, I think Cloud9 are in perfect position. Yeah.
Well, Glaive's going towards T-spawn with the bomb, presumably back to B. Automated though, he's coming out towards top and mid, so they're looking decent. Cloud9 still. It's up to Device and Dupree to maybe sell something on this side of the map and maybe find a few frags just to give Glaive a winnable clutch scenario. See, the B side is completely open right now, so far so good. And Device, if you can just find 1 or 2 kills, we might have a round on our hands. Currently though, a 4 on 3 in favour of Cloud9. The bomb edging slowly but surely towards our B bomb site.
Yeah, they're making as much noise as they can now. They're starting to back out as Glaive is moving closer towards the B bomb side. And Cloud9, surely soon enough, they're going to start to think, wait a minute.
Oh, Glaive's opted against it. He's out.
Oh, no. Well, Dupree gets a kill at least on Stewie. This is a bit interesting now. Moving up, shoulder peeking that. They almost lined up for him. If he had got the first kill on Shroud, that might actually have been it. Now he's starting to move in, and Device goes down. So at least there will be a bomb plant here. And the one thing maybe is that one Molotov, Henry. I know you're watching that as well.
Sure.
Is that going to be the difference maker?
I'm not sure in a 3 versus 1. It might delay things, but it feels like the inevitable will be coming in soon. That's a good Molotov on the CT side. We'll see what that works out for them. Locking Glaive in its open position here. They're all coming from kitchen, though, so he might have a chance. If he gets 1 kill, then deploys a Molotov, maybe he has something.
Oh, look at the boom, and it's perfect. They have no idea. He picks up one, gets a second headshot. Oh, no, he pulls out the grenade. It's so close that Shroud will manage to take him down, and credit to Cloud9. I mean, that was a bit of a tough position, but they have won 4 rounds in a row here.
Yeah.
So they're starting to really make an impact on this first half. But ooh, if you just got behind the pillar, that might have been it.
Yeah, it came down to that last split second, finding 2 great shots. And as we said, if he had a chance to kind of get behind the pillar, deploy the Molotov, that could have been the round. Let's just enjoy this for a second. Comes off, Skadoodle drop first. That kill, I thought, now he really has got a chance. But good reface there from Shroud, making sure he guaranteed the kill. And they go into round number 13. We did say 8-0. They can still get back into this, right? It wasn't over.
Yes.
And now they've won 4 rounds in a row. So it's looking promising now for Cloud9 at least. Much better than it was. Still another buy with the bomb going down from Astralis here. Very close rounds. Trying to keep the CTs honest, but they've got the double AWP set up once again. Skadoodle and Stewie. 3 players towards the A side of the map as well. Smoke's deployed already. It looks like a classic A split with Device committing already with the AK-47.
Very, very aggressive. Jumping all the way through. Didn't actually make the crossover. I'm not sure if he wanted to either, but now they're getting closer to be able to open up with a frag somewhere. In fact, Cloud9 playing very defensively, and that's maybe a good call, and a no-scope coming in.
Not bad.
Stewie doing what he does best, just that elusive style of counter-strike, but Device comes in with a great double spray down. Makes it a 2-on-2, looking for a third, and almost gets it on Shroud, but that leaves Glaive alone here, and this could get really awkward.
Yeah, he gets a second bite of the cherry over clutch here. Around the 13 in the 2 versus 1. Shroud 46. He knows exactly the bombers, but no nades to work with here. Wants to play from the CTs. They've got an incendiary. That's perfect. They'll flush him out. Gets 1 kill, but once again, they've actually eradicated risk there. It means that Glaive has no choice. He either sits back behind the fire and loses the round, or he pushes through and has to hit both those shots. They've given him 2 targets there. Really nice stuff from Cloud9. Coordinated, didn't panic, making sure they're both visible and could help out wherever it went wrong. So 5 rounds in a row now for Cloud9. This is actually looking pretty good. Stewie, what a play this was as well. The no-scope. You'd love to see this. Boom. Doesn't hit that shot, they might lose the round there. So that's very well played.
Yeah, and imagine if he doesn't go and check it. If you know, he just refocuses on the A attack itself.
Yeah, I mean, then he gets taken down, right?
Yeah, Sip could have been there, and it could have been weird, but yeah, this is just very impressive, and I think this is a healthy sign for a team like Cloud9 that they actually aren't just folding when the pressure is on. And I mean, trust me, when you're down 8-0, you feel like this is going to be way too rough. You know, it's a best of one. Definitely hard to keep your head in the game, but they've done a really fine job right now. Shroud going for the spray down, but flashbang just enough to get the kill on him there. Dupree with a headshot, and now Automatic hiding behind bench, and backup is really far away. They're not going to get to him in time. He's got to pick up at least one kill, and preferably more than that. The bomb is being planted right in front, but he can't get to it. You could understand the temptation there, but it's just not worth it. Stewie comes in with a kill, tries for the flick, and it's not going to happen. Skadoodle has to fall back, and it's a 1-on-4 for him here just to try and save the AWP.
Well, that's all he can do at this point, I think. Locked out of the round. Nice little B play of Mr. As we said, hadn't seen too much on that side of the map, and automatically thought he was going to be the savior there. Staying alive for so long, waiting for the plant to come in, he times it to perfection, and just as he pulls the trigger to take the bomber down, he gets spotted out and then punished as well. Here's Dupree. I think he's the player that gets that kill as well. So Shroud the first player to drop, and here we go. This is the kill just as he's about to take the bomb down and deny the plant. Oh, it's gutting to see. That was the one chance they had, and Stewie desperate at the end to try and make something happen. We go into the last round around us. MP7s, CZs, UMPs. Considering they've won 5 rounds in a row, they've not been convincing rounds all the way through, so they're going to be slightly limited here. 1 M4.
They have at least got a shot off getting a 6th round here. Even with the limited money, I feel like you can work with that on a map like Mirage. You can get close enough for these different guns to work out, and that's a way to get started. Shroud with a headshot. Going to get another one in. They're actually still trying to get that
fight. He had to fight for those, though. Like, he's only got the only rifle where he gets 1 kill. That's not quite enough. He probably had to go a little bit further than that. Okay, Zidex flying out.
Why is this happening so much today? Kevu gets a kill and stands up for the final shot there. 10-5 in favor of Astralis for the first half here. That's pretty convincing.
It was, but you have to remember as well, they were 8-0 up.
Yeah.
So credit where credit is due. Cloud9 didn't get phased by that. They managed to find 5 rounds in a row. Once they finally got the double orb set up, they made some interesting decisions with their economy earlier on, like buying that double orb set up with pistols and then having Automatic on the orb, who was going aggressive. Then he had that whole flash incident. But yeah, Shroud some decent rounds as well. There's some interesting setups. We said the Stewie orb set up in the balcony. Yeah. Shroud baited in. Some good ideas coming forward. Not as aggressive as we would have liked from the CD side. I think they were a bit rattled once they lost that amount of rounds and they had to just go back to the basics. It's right, let's scrape together rounds. Let's make sure we're doing what we can and not risk too much. But still a winnable situation now.
See, now I'm really interested. See, we've talked a little bit about how people play this truck position and how they react. Right now, it's Sipnix just playing it.
B-side.
Yeah, and I want to see what he does when he gets the engagement. Like, where does he go? I prefer for him to fall quite far back. I don't really mind people sort of playing for it. He's already waiting. Look at how quick they're out, though. They catch him immediately. He wasn't really prepared either, and Dupree, though, landing some stunning headshots, but it isn't enough. Cloud9 have taken over the bomb side, and this is looking great for the American team. Kiebu and Glaive trying for the retake.
They are indeed. Retake will begin. No kit available or grenades, but there are headshots aplenty. Kiabi takes down nothing. Now this is a realistic situation. It's just going to be him, though, up against Skadoodle and Shroud. Players in the apartments and the bomb set itself. They just wait for the commitment now towards the bomb. They don't really have to face here. Give him an inch. He will take a mile. Time ticking away. It's looking even more unlikely at this point. They're doing a very good job. It is staying alive and baiting him out.
Yeah, and he's realizing now that this isn't going to work out. Just no way that he could find the kit and the kills in time. He's going to pick up 1 and then has to just retreat. So I guess he tried the very best that he could. I think he's going to live through the bomb blast here as well. But yeah, another round for Cloud9. 6-10, that's a huge round for them. And, you know, again, I don't know if it was visible to everybody, but I think there was a moment there where Sipnix, he thought, do I fall back or do I fight? You could sort of see he wanted to see if he could, you know, sneak in a headshot from the window.
Said, very quick commitment there from Cloud9. A few flashbangs over, they're overwhelmed, and Stewie, look how quick he is. Perfect little bunny hop there as well. That's nice. Really good movement. And overwhelms him.
Yeah, if you're a fan of Counter-Strike, that's the sort of stuff you want to see. I mean, it's such a risk, because if you mess that up and stumble out the window,
block everyone out. Yeah.
Who knows what happens, but...
Well, here we go then. The real test for Cloud9. Sure, you've won the pistol, but can you hold off the Deagles of the Danes? Oof, Dupree, one of the most deadly with that weapon. Fires a few shots towards the middle, doesn't land anything just yet. Coming in for a second attempt, though. Spots 1. He wants it, but can't quite find the opportunity just yet.
Device has a scout as well. I love the Deagle and Scout combo, just because even if you don't get headshots with a Scout, it's just the fact that if you get like 2 or 3 body shots in, everyone is one deek away.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so powerful. Right now, a couple of shots have been landed already on the Cloud9 team. Now, now if I was a captain of this, I would say now's the time for everyone to take a deep breath and then follow through with something. If they just linger around middle hoping for fights here, then they could risk a couple of more players going really low on health, and I don't think that's worth it. So go somewhere as a team, execute a strategy, and just go for it here. Don't linger around against the Deagles.
Time ticking away, still with 40 seconds. In terms of their grenades, one smoke, flashbangs as well. Yet to find a frag. Going back towards T-spawn, and there's 4 players from the CT side and on the A map. So here we go. Like you said, deep breath, make your commitment. They've got 1 smoke now. Glaive up close and personal. Same story for Dupree as well.
Look at the time, Henry. What is going on here?
It could be tight.
17 seconds. Glaive close with the P250. Lands a headshot, gets a kill. And Skadoodle now has the bomb. If he dies, this round is probably done. There is a great smoke off, but the headshot comes through from Kirby and Dupree. And this is an absolute disaster. The last couple of seconds left, and he's going for the bomb plant. Somehow he's going to be able to get it through in front of everybody. Dupree picks up a kill, and another one comes in. I think that's a triple kill for Dupree in the round, and Astralis is going to steal that round away.
Oh, it's difficult to watch sometimes. Like, we've had a few times today, like in that earlier game on Inferno, it seemed there was a lot of opportunities wasted due to lack of time, right? As you pointed out, when they made the commitment to go back for T-spawn, there's what, like maybe 25 seconds remaining as well. They're rushing in. They don't even check this really key position. Glaive's there. That's normally flash over, pre-fire that. Didn't even have time to really check that. To focus and hope that he wasn't going to be there. Glaive gets a kill just about. He's given like 3 seconds to even land the shots. And Dupree, we said he was amazing with the Deagle. Nothing too flashy there, but enough just to win the round. And Stewie pulled it back somewhat, but bomb down. No actual way to force bind this round, it seems, as PT50 said.
I mean, whenever we talk about someone being a good in-game leader or not, I feel like there's sort of 2 different elements to that, right? One is whether or not you're a good tactician, and the other one is whether or not you're a good leader. And I feel like in those kind of positions where, you know, a couple of people have been tagged with scouts or deagles, and you've got to make a choice, that's where you need leadership, right? You need to sort of, you know, rally everyone, make a call, go for it right now. Like, not so much hesitation. And it seemed like they were just waiting for a very long time. Yeah,
they're kind of stuck in that. Okay, they're going to face eventually. It's coming. At one point, they'll give us something to work with. It just never came. And here we go towards B. Smoked out for now. Significant damage. And there's some as well through the smoke. The master of the B bombs, as mentioned before, Zipex finding a couple of frags here now. Oh, okay, Ultimate, that's not a bad shot. I was about to say that's probably the round done and dusted, but bomb will be dropped, and Zipex looking for the ace now. Very convincing stuff. Didn't have to work too hard for those frags. Just Skadoodle now with the P250. 4 versus 1. Bomb down. That's pretty much all the variables I can list to paint the picture for you, and this round is done. It's over.
You're not giving it. Are you going to go full Moses, like a 0% chance here?
Why is that as a full Moses now? Just saying something's 100% either way.
Just because he did it once.
Yeah. He's kind of tormented now by that. Being American fanboy, cream pies, anything else?
Yeah, I mean, it is pretty rough. Maybe someone should start like a Help Moses fund, you know, just paying his medical bills or his like therapy.
Dude, he's like the most well-paid guy in the whole of esports. He doesn't need money. He's the richest guy I know.
Is he?
Yeah.
Damn.
You should see his boat. It's sick.
I would go on a boat with Moses if I got the chance, that's for sure.
Let's see what we can do in August. Anyway, round number 19. And Cloud9, like we said, nothing really they could do with that round. Got a couple of kills towards the end. As I mentioned before, every kill in Counter-Strike, especially against the CT players, very valuable. And I think Kiabi, is he just down to a deagle? He can't be. They must have dropped in weapons.
Yeah, I think
there's AKs available. I was going to say that didn't make any sense. But there is AKs, M4s, and the AWP for device. Another buy for Cloud9 here with the bomb going down a couple of times. It looks like a fast A split, and there's 3 towards middle, 2 of the A ramp. Aiming for connector, but device to deal with.
I like this from Cloud9. Just aggressive, trying to take control of this game instead of waiting around so much. And they're going to get 2 great opening frags, even with the Galil there. That forces Astralis into a really weird. They're just going to run. They're not even going to try.
This is Cloud9's bread and butter.
Yes.
That's why they're good on maps like Train and Mirage. It allows you to do quite simple set pieces, but just to group up, have the good smoke stay, so the smoke deployed towards middle, the aim a little tunnel towards connector, right? They're not going to get challenged from short, the window, or the connector itself. So that was really cool to see. Very fast assertive. I think that's when I see Cloud9 starting on the T side of a map, on a map like this as well, and they win the pistol, you think, wow, they've got a real chance of winning this. And that was quite a cool display. And Automatic, he's causing even more damage here. Finds 2 players in the B bomb site. Just Dupree now. You can hide behind that flower plant all you want, but Automatic's coming for you. Takes his head off. Lovely, lovely round there from Automatic. 3 kills in total and decimates the economy of Astralis there. They're down to a full eco now, I think. 12-7. Much needed fast-paced round there from the North American side. It's just a deadly combo. The fact you've got Stewie and Automatic, some of like the most skilled players out of that region, they just look so scary in these sort of rounds as well. And Shroud chiming in with nothing as well, to be fair. So very good fast play. And as we said, probably an eco here from Astralis. They will be forcing in, from what I can see, some armor and pistols. They've got the money down to about 2k per player, which is pretty standard these days.
Yeah, I mean, that is, you're right, I think that's the bread and butter of this team, and I guess that's why it's even more frustrating that they don't often, well, sometimes they forget how to do it, it seems, or they sort of stray away from it and they end up doing something else, and it just doesn't suit this team well enough, it feels like. So nice to see them back on that track, and now they need to get the roll on, really, and just sort of, you know, they've got one round, that's good, but now just keep it going for a while here and make sure Astralis start to feel threatened.
Here we go. Round number 20. The Eagles definitely going to be something you want to avoid here against Astralis, and get some short control coming from Automatic. Just want to get some decent map control tools like CPL or Windows, something like that, just to begin the process, try and get some first frags coming in your favor, but 1 minute remaining. You want to make sure they don't have that situation again when they walk into the bomb site with 20 seconds left. I think they've learned the lesson. Stewie and Automatic, though. A real tough time here. Dupree looking sick with the Desert Eagle once again. They've done so much damage here, Cloud9. It's still a winnable situation for them. 40 seconds remaining, though, in a 4-on-2. This is disastrous. You
would have thought at that point in time, at least Automatic will get a frag because he's up on that scaffolding. And there's no way they're gonna check for it. And then Dupree just picks up that kill anyway. They're very low on health, but I mean, the real problem is the time that's left here, 25 seconds, and they're still in the middle of the map. For them to run into a bomb site now, get a couple of kills and get the bomb down without really wasting any more time is just very difficult. Actually, that's a nice grenade towards the B or the A side. That might cause a big rotation here. In fact, it does, but Sip still picks up a frag, and I think Shroud is in just a lot of trouble. He's going to get the headshot on one.
I'm feeling this.
You think he could do it 1 versus 4?
Yeah, I'm feeling it. I'm calling it. He's done it.
All right. Well, Hank, I don't think you've been wrong all day, so I'm just gonna I'll believe it when I see it. Shroud is walking around the back line, and he hasn't seen the second player. Still gonna get a headshot on one, and now it's against Kirby walking in from the same angle, and he gets it. Called by Henry G.
Yeah, that was perfect. Really, when he got his first 2 frags, you can see low HP on the CTs, no armor, no defuse kits. That was just really well played by Shroud. Great aim there on the entrance to the B site, and like I said, that situation, it just seemed like the CTs didn't have enough to work with there. Great situation for them to begin with, but as soon as they made that call, like you said, the good flashbang there from the middle area towards shore. It doesn't necessarily get them a kill, but it baits the CT out of position. He only gets 1 frag, and Shroud there in a position, an opportunity arises, and he manages to capitalize. Really good round from a player that's been struggling in recent months.
Now, even if they didn't have a lot of equipment, I feel like for those 2 B players to rotate out so quickly with, what, 17 seconds left or something? I mean, maybe that's why they did it. They thought, well, you know, if they're using grenades on A, it's got to be A, but there's sort of a rule of thumb, isn't there? It says if you haven't seen the bomb, then don't go all in yet.
Well, that's a life flag of Cloud9. Could have been a blunder. Could have been 13-7, but now we're at 12-8, and they've got Astralis on another eco here. Towards the B side we go. Smoke's over. This should be a pretty guaranteed victory for them. No armor, just a few upgraded pistols here. They've managed to obtain control of the B side. Bit of a challenge here from short, but the smokes are decent. You can see a Zipex. He's got a gap to work with. The PT-50 doesn't really equate to too much. First kill found, possibly the second as well. Device getting peppered down to 66 HP. Zipex is hoping he gets a frag out of this. They're not trying to win the round at this point. Sneak in. Automatic's got it covered though, and that should be round concluded.
Yeah, it's very confident and using all the grenades at the right spots, you know, making sure that if anyone was holding close with any kind of, you know, C-set 75 or something, they'd be shut down really quickly. So you want to see more out of that here for Cloud9, and realistically, this is going to push us to a 9-12 scoreline. I mean, that's something you can come back and win if you win the key rounds, if you make sure that they don't ever build up any kind of an economy here. This can absolutely be done by the American side here. That would be a shocker, wouldn't it, if Cloud9 came out first in this group?
That would be. They normally are like, they're not known to get like that deep in tournaments, but normally like they have like these huge kind of upset potential. Like a few events, like especially in like the Swiss format, they seem to be like deadly to some big names just because they seem to get a decent result here. I remember they took down G2, I think it was, in the last big event when they got like 16-4 in Infernos. I mean, nuts like that after having a shock over tournaments. The only game they won is out of nowhere. They ran away with that. But round number 22 coming in, another buy for Astralis, but we're closing the gap now. It's going to be 12-9, and once you get double digits, that's like a kind of obstacle itself, and you can see that on the scoreboard. You can see, okay, now we've got a chance of bringing this back. We've been kind of under pressure the last few rounds, but 3 in a row now for the T side, and let's get it all back on the AWP. We'll have a look at the scoreboard. We've got a chance. Haven't really kept track of that. It's going to be Automatic not surprising, top of the scoreboard there. 20 kills, 11 deaths. Not far behind him, Shroud. He's got 14. Skadoo 11, Stewie 12. Nothing kind of dropping off a little bit. He's got 6 and 17. Top fragging is Dupree on the other side, 22 kills for him. Quite a disparity in the rest of his teammates. Next in line is going to be Glaive with 14 frags. So technical pause coming in, Anders. A chance for everyone to catch their breath.
Well, why not? I mean, now is a good time for it anyway. If you're on the Cloud9 side, just try and think about how to get these next few rounds home. I mean, with a gap like this, because of the economy for Astralis, which is so bad at the moment. I mean, they could buy in this round, yes, but you know, it's not like you have to win, 6 rounds in a row. Really, I mean, you'd be good if you could, but what you really need is just to win the key rounds, the one where they actually have rifles, because every other round, more or less, they're going to be saving. So just keep the focus and use whatever tricks you have in some of those rounds.
Yeah.
A strat that I think would fit Cloud9 perfectly, which I don't think they've done yet, is the fast B catwalk push. You smoke window, you smoke connector. You could do all of that from T-spawn, and then you just rush up middle towards B.
Those are the tactics I like to see most out of Cloud9. Just like, I think their default stuff, they seem to, they sometimes maybe panic a little bit too much. In the defaults, they kind of run the timer too low or lose their first pick, and then they kind of fall apart as a unit. But when they're very fast and assertive and they know what they're doing at the start of the round, I think that's when you can utilize players like Shroud, because he's necessarily being told what to do. Essentially, he's got to saying, right, this is the tactic we're doing, getting in there, use these great aims we have available to us, and that's what they've got tons of, is great individual skill on this lineup. And you just give them a chance, some space, with some basic smokes coming in there, and allow them to get the first frags. That's when they look their absolute most deadly. I think that's something they should try and aim for almost every single map. They get a T side, get rolling with that sort of aggression. That's when I think they're looking like their best possible form. But the unpause comes in. It's round number 22. A big one here. Astralis on the chase now, it seems. Not an amazing situation in terms of economy, but still in the lead, 12-9. And we'll see what this round brings. Skadoodle by himself towards the A side of the map, dropping a quick smoke. This could be another fast-paced play. You can see 3 players towards the middle. There's a Molotov, and you can see the objective is quite clear at the side of this round. Straight towards connector.
Yeah, they're there so quickly, but Dupree actually picks up a frag, and that's going to shut the whole thing down. The bomb is all the way on the B side, so it looks like this might have been a bit of a distraction play regardless. Automatic pushing in. He needs this kill really quickly. He needed that one, but the smoke goes up. Still going to be able to pick it up. Shroud actually doing a really good job in opening up from the other side. And Cloud9, they've managed to actually bamboozle Astralis here. This has worked out.
Looking very good, I have to say. 4 on 4. Only 1 kid available for the CT side as well. Smoked out of position. This might be a safe call, They're going to struggle. They'll probably investigate for the next 10 seconds or so, but it's not looking good. How do you get out of the kitchen when you've got no nades whatsoever? You've got 1 flash, that's it. There could be a chance of a missed shot from Skadoodle, and he actually misses the second as well. That's the lifeline they needed.
Oh no, Kirby picks up a kill. Cloud9, you need to win this round. Automatic with a really important frag, but he's also going to be alone. 2 versus 1. They don't have any grenades to get rid of him, and that bomb is planted right in his field of view, but they're still going to get the frag in. Kirby gets the headshot, and that's just so difficult. You thought they had that completely locked down.
They should have done. 2 big misses there from Skadoodle, unfortunately. He's had a relatively decent game so far, but if he hits one of those kills, that's round over. He's at a van position. They were walking through smoke as well. He had 2 chances, which for an AWP of his caliber, pretty standard procedure. Couldn't hit one of them, and that's the window of opportunity. That's what we need. We had no nades to work with, but he's missing shots like that. Then we've got a chance, right? We can actually, take him down, and then look how it unfolded at that point as well. Nothing. That's such a difficult scenario to be in as well. You've got no nades. You can't really hit the diffuse sound at that range as well. So you just kind of okay, keep facing. How about just nail one of them? I just need to get this to a 1v1. That's his main objective, but doesn't happen. And now Astralis find the lead once again. But still reset potential to Anders. That was an expensive round for the Danes. So if Cloud9 can do this, definitely still in it. But Kiabi, aggressive, of course, pushing in. And Glaive, I thought he had that kill for days. Gets taken down by Automatic to equal the playing field.
Yeah, because normally that wouldn't be where Automatic was looking for someone to be. He'd probably be worried about the connector, if anything. So that's a bit interesting. They know where Kirby is, though. He's going to flash his way back in through connector and doesn't really want to take a fight at the moment. That grenade, though, could do a fair bit. It actually does to both Stewie and Automatic, so that's not too bad. And Dupree gets back out. He's once again got the AWP, but Skadoodle is so ready for him, and that's going to be an easy kill. Yeah. Bomb is really far back, but a 4 on 3 here, and actually make that a 2 on 4 now. Heavily favoring Cloud9.
Now we've got a game on our hands. This round is looking promising for Cloud9. We've got a full reset for the Danish side. It's up to Zipex, though. Kiavi not completely done just yet, but this is looking like a guaranteed frag. There it is. Automatic finds him, and just poor Kiavi out in the 1 versus 3 now as he takes down Automatic. Bomb planted at A, and as I look at the scoreboard now, yeah, everyone's at about $300, right? So Astralis save this weapon. Still can't really do much with it. Cloud9, this could actually give them 2 rounds, considering that's going to be an eco in the next.
So that was a bit weird because Kirby gets the aggressive push into underpass,
Yeah.
and then, you know, it doesn't seem like there's any real plan after that. You know, does he keep
Well,
going?
he had backup from Glaive, right?
And he
But the
went
problem
down.
That almost works against him, because
Yeah.
once you've shown your presence in the underpass, it might not even be, it wasn't even Glaive himself, but they're going to be aware that's a potential risk. So when they're running through, sure, they find the first kill, but then they're going to be looking in that position. They take Glaive down, who had the UMP as well, and they said, okay, that means another one's there as well. So we'll just keep going with this pace. You know, there's one player removed completely from the A side itself. So that's kind of cool to see that reaction coming in from the T side. Very assertive stuff, and they do finish up at the A site, and poor Kiabi now won't be doing much of this. Just trying to save his M4A4. Here's the money for you. So 2 players, $1,400 on top. God, I think they could probably... It's going to be double eco regardless, right? So you might just force into this round and see what we can do with it.
Yeah, I mean, they've been close to a number of times. They've actually turned a number of rounds on pistols, so maybe they feel confident anyway in doing that.
Sure. Well, from what I can see, I'm not going all in. It's going to be PT50s here.
All right. Just a conservative effort, maybe. 10-13, though. I mean...
It's coming back. They were 8-0 down, remember?
Yeah, that's the most amazing thing. I feel like if you put it like that, you've got to give some credit to the Cloud9 team. I think we were talking about this even on the first half. You know, I always think this is a good sign. I think as a team, not folding in the face of being, you know, really far behind is something that's really hard to come by. You know, most teams will have trouble doing that. So it's nice to see them.
It's something that, especially North American teams, are known like that. You feel like they're never going to recover from it, right? And this is looking very promising for Cloud9. 2 games in a row now where they've looked a little bit out of it and then recovered tremendously. And this is very promising for them going forward in this tournament.
That's a nice boost, though, on Catwalk. Up on that box, looking into middle, and Kirby picking up the frag on Stewie. That's a problem. Now, they are going to go for a bit of a cheeky play here. Or actually, they do give up on it for a second. I think they need to show Sip jumping to make sure that no one checks the corner. But the Molotov is going to force everyone out anyway, so the mind game is pretty much done with here. Now they're pushing in. Already spotted out was Kirby. Sip is down as well, and just left on the bomb site is Device with a pistol in hand, and he's about to get shot. Wow, in the legs as well.
Yeah, there's a promising start there, but Cloud9 still pretty comfortable overall here. Maybe dropping 2 frags and, like I said, quite calculated stuff towards the B side. Good Molotovs deployed. Got utility usage generally. I said it was going to be double eco regardless. So they brought some pistols to the table there, but now has to be another eco. A chance for the scoreline to go 13-12. There's the young in-game leader, Stewie 2K. Working out what's the next stage in this procedure. Pistols. Got PT50s for those and a deagle for Dupree. He's got head armor as well. I think this is a good call from Cloud9. Just go straight towards A, drop the smokes. Even if there is a stack there, eradicating risk. You know they're probably not going to be fully partially buying into this one. You know what I mean? Like armor, nades, deagles. It's pretty clear they're probably just going to partial eco here.
Bit of a shame. There actually were 4 HE grenades on Astralis early in this round.
Yeah, strike.
Yeah, I was hoping for it, but it's really hard to coordinate on this map. There are other maps where it's a bit easier.
Cobblestone maybe, and Inferno.
Yeah, exactly. But regardless, Cloud9 pretty much unfazed by the opposition here in this round, just shutting them down. The smokes are all in, and they're using all the grenades like they should. There's no reason to save grenades in a round like this just to, you know, gain an extra couple of $100 in the next round. I like the fact that they're using everything in their arsenal. Early on in Global Offensive, people were losing these sort of eco rounds left and right, or the anti-eco rounds left and right, because they would save grenades. You know, they say, I don't want to throw my $300 Molotov or something like that. You know, 200, 400. You know. Also,
the pistols were ridiculous back then.
Yeah, well, the pistols were better. That's true.
Tech 9 was out of control. Good. The CZ was nuts. You remember that? Like the AWP CZ combo. Like what a nightmare that was.
The draw speed was.
Yeah,
when it was
you
100%.
put it out and just have the space to have an M4 with you as well. Yeah. Why not? Dual wield.
I mean, yeah, you're right. There were some differences too. On that front.
I know the point still stands. It has got a lot better generally. That's one of the things I focus on in casting generally. Is like the anti-eco approaches. That some people are a little blasé with their approach and just go choose the rush when they know against pistols. You have to remember the pistols are so powerful in the CSGO. Regardless, we'll get into round number 26 here. Difficult buy still for Astralis. No AWP. 5 and 4 sure, but look at the lack of utility, lack of kits, and looks like Cloud9 are focusing towards A once again. We have got one player encroaching on connected. That's Stewie 2K. Skadoodle lead the charge on the A ramp as well. First pick would be very important here. Can the CT step up?
Stewie gets the opening frag, and Glaive is in a lot of trouble back here. Again, it's paper thin, that wall in front of him. He's trying to sort of dodge around and maybe get up the ladder. Stewie picks up another kill, but nothing, dropping the bomb right in front of Glaive, and another kill comes in. Automatic goes down, and he's buying so much time right here. Glaive can't get the third kill, but that's still really well done 2 versus 2 at the moment, and Skadoodle putting up a smoke there to try and get that plant home. That's not always risk-free, but it works out this time.
Such a tense round. Skadoodle delivers another headshot there with the AWP. Zipex, no kit. He's great at clutches. Can he step up in this one? Apparently not. Skadoodle bests him. 3 kills for him in total. And just as it looked like Glaive did enough in that round, Anders, it falls apart once again. We're all tied up here. 13-13. Money in the bin as well. Cloud9, after going 8-0 down, are about to take the lead here in the upper bracket final Group B. This is kind of...
This is a stunning turnaround, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you know, 2 things I think, or one thing that's really important, but it works for both teams, so you can analyze it both ways, right? Cloud9 were all the way in connector and all the way up the A ramp when Astralis would have called out, hey, wait, this is an A push, right? They had the information that it was an A attack was so late. So maybe a bit of a, you know, too loose of a defense for Astralis, but also a great job on Cloud9 not showing themselves until they were almost on the bomb side. That's pretty hard to do on a map like Mirage, but
sure,
they've done a good job.
As we said, looking very lucky that Cloud9 take the lead here. That's a fortitude these guys have shown today. It's been impressive. We mentioned it earlier, but now taking the lead after being 8-0 down against a team like Astralis. This is not just any team. This is the current major champions, Clash for Cash champions, everything, really. You know, they've got a lot of experience and a lot of pedigree. And Cloud9 besting them after going down. Such a huge deficit as well. It's impressive to see.
Absolutely is. I was more or less ready to count them out at 8-0. I thought, you know what, this isn't looking good. Yeah. Especially because those first 8 rounds were really decisive for Astralis. It looked like they just had everything going their way. And now it's turned around, and it's really interesting to see. Some good leadership being shown here for the American side. Sip goes down again. No reason they wouldn't try and fight him to get that rifle out of his hands. It's 14-13, ladies and gentlemen. They've managed to turn it around. Now they just need 2 more rounds, and Astralis going for what has to be considered a good timeout here.
I was actually kind of sick. I didn't notice that. So Stroud got there a lot quicker because of that boost. He spots him. Like, it's not really down to the boost primarily that he gets the kill, because he obviously didn't get the instant headshot, but still, the CTs weren't expecting him to be that fast, and that's kind of cool to note. Yeah,
actually, now that you bring it up, that's something that we haven't really seen much in Global Offensive. People who use the, let's say, a run boost in spawn to try and get, you know, quicker out of the map. And
you should have come and played Source, Anders. You'd have liked that. You could bunny hop like 100 miles an hour from Dust 2 T-spawn towards Long and get there before the CTs.
I've seen some of those videos.
I hated that. Before Zedball came out, that was just a nightmare. That was when it was a trash game. And before that was implemented, it was just an absolute nightmare.
Oh, you're here 7 seconds early.
Like, it's just so inconsistent. That's what I hated, is the inconsistency of it. Is that bunny hole, you couldn't do it every time. It's just like you got lucky, you could drop it in. And luckily, we don't have that nonsense in CSGO. It's actually like quite calculated. You can't get that sick advantage. It's like if you do manage to pull off a really nice bunny hop, like it's kind of, you have to have a lot of skill to do that.
It's true, but the run boost.
Run boost was cool.
That's what I'm wondering. And as far as I can tell, no one's. I've had this discussion with a couple of different people on various maps. This being one of them. You know, if you practiced it, if you were really good at it, you get to the middle, you know, 2 seconds earlier than you normally would be able to. Well, that's enough to make a difference.
Yeah, we'll see. 14-13. Money's starting to get a little more stable for Astralis now. More spawn is accumulating. That's 5th stage, so a little bit of presence towards B there from the American side. Will be automatic and nothing. Just baiting out some grenades. Successful job so far. Zipex the anchor that side. No nades whatsoever, Anders. So that's a good start at least. Yeah. Means he needs more backup. He can't just hold that side by himself, really.
Yeah, and he was being a bit worried. Then you could see that I think they put in one Molotov, and he replied with one flashbang and one HE, and that was everything he had. Now Stewie doing a really good job baiting at the moment, although he does get flashed out. He's going to fall back for a minute, but he's managed to drag everyone over here. Look at Astralis, a massive overreaction coming in. Kirby picks up a kill, but now they're going to realize, wait a minute, this is actually going to be an A attack, and Glaive is just going to fall back at the moment. Dupree gets a kill anyway, and Cloud9, they need a little bit more in the fragging department in this round. Bomb is down as well, and Astralis somehow managed to turn it around. Yeah. That was about to be a very bad call.
But hook, line, and sinker to me, but Device stepping up to kill from CT spawn, denies a plant. That's round done. Stewie might be able to cause some damage to the CTs, but Device, he's having none of it. They tie things up once again. 14-14. This has got overtime written all over it. We'll see whether Cloud9 can find match point first. Pause coming in. This is when the pause become most interesting. A lot of teams will save them for these scenarios, right? It's like a game of chess at this point. He's going to work out, okay, they've just done this. What can we do? Take a pause, discuss, bring the coach in, work out what the next play is at that point. And that's when the pauses are the most valuable, I think.
I feel like this is also where the job as an in-game leader becomes really difficult, and especially if you have a coach that's really into the game, it becomes even more valuable. Because imagine trying to compile all the information of all the rounds that have already gone by to try and extract out of all of that. Where's the weakness? You know, where's the one part that hasn't been working out in their defense? And that's just not easy.
Definitely not. Valence for Cloud9, and of course Zonic for Astralis. Pointing on the next round here for their respective teams. We're 29. We really have gone the full distance here. We did not expect this after what we saw in the first half, but they're back. Cloud9 looking better than ever here. Whoever takes lead at this point gets a significant advantage in terms of the pressure applied to the other team. All available for Device. Amazing round in the previous. And towards Connector we go once again. Automatic challenging. Garvey drops the smoke just in time. Oh, that's a nice shot.
That's everything you could ever want. Picking up that middle kill. If they win now, who knows what will happen. Automatic.
Oh,
opening with another frag there, ticking down Kiebu. Still 2 people on the bomb side, so they can't just waltz in here. They've got to be a bit careful. And that's a nice kill from Device. Brings it back a bit late with a headshot, but he can't finish off Shroud. 2-on-3 still. It should be their round right now. That smoke is a bit incomplete, actually. Device challenging towards that ticket booth, and he's going to now let them know that he's there, and this is going to be dangerous.
Yeah, this is looking very problematic for the Danes, and as we say that, Skadoodle takes down Zipex. Device, no kit, no nades, AWP in hand, 1 kill so far. I don't think he can do this. This is actually a deep reset round as well. He has to save his AWP. Well, I don't know why he goes for this to save. He's pretty much got no chance without that kit. If he has a kit, maybe there's a chance. Device, one of the world's best AWPers for sure, but he knows now he might be locked in. Automatic watching the vent position, and that's it. They're going to get $1,400 in the next round. Currently, average about 2K per player. Device, he has to save his AWP. If he doesn't, that's a nightmare. If this goes down, I think Cloud9 win. If he saves it, we still have a chance of overtime.
He's in a great position for it, so they won't be able to find him at least, but this is really interesting turn of events, isn't it? And just those 2 opening frags from Automatic towards Connector in the middle, that's just worth so much in a round like this.
Finds his 30th kill in that round. What a game he's having.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. What a turnaround. Because if they're 18-0 down as well, he's still got a 30 bomb in regulation time. That's nuts. So his Automatic first kill was nice. As we commented on, second might have been even better as well. Just looked so confident with his play. This is what we like to see from this team. Here's the shots being fired. Flashes in. Great. Just great teamwork generally. Device and Glaive did what they could. But Shroud steps up there as well. Nice shot from him. Round number 30, Anders. Are you feeling overtime?
I don't know. I'm wondering if Cloud9 are just going to steal it here. I really feel like they've made a really impressive comeback. And Astralis, they were playing at like a good level early on, but then they never adjusted to the fact that now Cloud9 were really sort of tuning into this game. It seemed like the Danish team was actually just falling asleep a little bit too much, and they couldn't wake up after it.
Device actually bottom fragging in the moment as well.
Yeah.
He's on 70 kills, to be fair. The next players up to him have got 18, so there's not too much to take away from that. But still, just to know he's not having one of those lights-out performances you kind of come to expect from him in the AWP, especially on this sort of map. But he does save that weapon. Very good spawn here as well. So he's got options at the start of the round. HE towards the ramp and goes in towards Connector. What's the play here? Device towards that position. Molotov down. It's a bit of damage there. Drops the smoke. Down to 68. Tension mounts now. Cloud9, after being 8-0 down, could pull off the impossible and take Astralis down 16-14.
And that would be quite something, wouldn't it? Still got everything they need. Just used a little bit of grenades in the beginning, but overall they're in a good position. Sip is going to hear them already, putting out the grenade. That's a really good grenade. Does an incredible amount of damage to Stewie and Shroud. Holding on close with the UMP. He can't find the frag, but Dupree and Kirby most certainly will. Still a 3-on-3, and that kill from Dupree might have just done it here. 1-on-3 for Skadoodle. He's got a lot of time, and that Molotov, is he going to be enough to get the frag there? Missing the kill. Gets the headshot anyway with the Tech9. Unbelievable. And now it's a 1-on-2. He's sneaking in. Close range, the first kill. If he's going to get it in Device, it's going to get tricky. Looking forward to it with the Tech9 around the corner, still missing some of the shots, and now backup is here. This is getting just way too uncomfortable here, and eventually Device is going to be able to pick up the kill on Skadoodle. Will be overtime, as you said, Henry. I mean...
Yeah. It's never that easy, is it? You can't just walk away with regulation and win.
No, not when it gets this close, apparently.
Yeah. So there it is. comes down. It was a really close exchange at the beginning there. Molotovs dropped all over the place. Smokes down. No clear winner at the start when they committed towards the B side. But then, slowly but surely, Astralis starting to find frags. The device stepping up the AWP 2 rounds in a row. Starting to get into this game now, almost at the 20 bomb. As we go into MR3. Have a look at the money as well, 10K. So CSGO is weird. Like some tournaments we have like the 16K rule, and sometimes we have 10K. Yes. And overtime is actually a big deal because you can't justify the double AWP setup sometimes on the CT side. It could be too risky, especially if you're not a team like Astralis, of course, who don't really have that anymore. Carragher, when he's in the team, they definitely had that available, but not so much anymore.
Same procedure as last time. Device, he can't see that movement. The smoke just obscuring it for him, and automatic. Is he going to find the right timing? He's actually inside the smoke. He's managed to move in there. This could get really weird.
Yeah. No one really getting much out of that, apart from, I guess, automatic gaining control of the connector itself. Waiting for his teammates now to make their move on the map. One player in Palace towards top and middle as well. This could be the execution back through T-spawn. And that automatic is to hold this spot, and then when the smokes come in, when they're dealing with that full commitment from the T side, there's smokes all over the place, flashbangs coming in. He's stopping the rotation frags, and anyone's trying to get comfortable by the steps position.
I feel like once again, I mean, it really makes a difference from the time you see the first smoke going in to the connector push coming in on this kind of a pinch. It's a really big difference if it's almost instantaneous. Now they know, but they're already out connector. Look at that, they're running onto the bomb site. As soon as device is down, that's it. The whole bomb site is just swept away. And Kjaerbye hiding in the corner. I just almost wish he wouldn't fire this gun, but eventually he's going to do it. Could have been fun if he could have saved it and just tried for the ninja.
I think you definitely go for that. Like you, at this point the round's done. You might as well try and stay alive. See what you can do at that stage. Could have been really interesting. He was staying alive there, undetected for so long, but really nice run for Cloud9 once again. Just to see the basic fundamentals coming in their favor. Connector control granted. Automatic gets in there. They make just a wise and informed decision at that point. Okay, we've got full connector control here. 2 players in this position. Nice, simple execution. Smoke towards jungle. CT spawn overwhelmed by the flashbangs as well. Striking at the same time. Automatic shroud with a couple of frags there as well. Just a really nice round from Cloud9 generally. That's actually quite cool. Round number 2. You want to be mixing things up. Full A rush. Maybe they're not lining up smokes here. Let's go flashing over. All in. I like it. Let's go. Go for this first kill.
Back to what works here, and they're going to run Kjaerbye down. Glaive is in so much trouble right here. Backup is trying to get in, but the smokes are raining down in front of everyone coming in from jungle, so that's not going to work out either. And he just walks right into a firing squad of Cloud9 members on the other side here. Dupree running through the smoke to try and get the timing right, but he's flashed again, and now he's in trouble. He's going to go down a shroud, man. Everything is working out here for Cloud9.
Brave calls from Cloud9, but it's working out for them. It's going to be a one-player situation, and the team kills are back. Had a few of those this tournament, but shouldn't matter too much here. 2-0 almost guaranteed now, and the CT economy, right? 2 rounds in a row in MR3 10K. It's a bit of a nightmare. This is looking like to be a 3-0, but Zipex might as well do what he can here. 2 players, very low HP. Shroud down to 4, nothing at 3. Flash is still raining in, though. He has not got a kit. I guess that's the main problem here. That might be the end of the round if that Molotov drops. And here we go. What's the final play here? Doesn't look like he'll do much here at all. Terrorist can afford to drop some frags here. It's not a big deal. Look at information. Play it together. As soon as he touches the bomb commit, or even before, Shroud finds it 2-0. What a cool play that is, right? The fact is they're rushing in at the start of the round. Good spawns. You want to be, it's like overtime, right? You want to be throwing spanner into the work there. It's a nice call from Stewie. Smokes in as the players are committing as well. They find that first kill. They're not ready for it at all. And they run away with the round. 2-0 on the C side here. Money very weak indeed for Astralis. 3. Make it 4 UMP. Zipex is down to a 5-7. Looking very likely to be the 3-0, but it's never that simple. And like I said, in regulation, even up against that weak buy, it always further those are the rounds that slip away.
Back to a slightly slower style here, but Stewie's making some noise in the middle and creating maybe a bit of space. And as we can tell on the minimap, there's only device on this bomb site, so I don't know how you would play this with a UMP good enough to be able to win the round, but it's certainly not going to be easy. He's been taken down. Dupree did get 1 frag, but that grenade flashbang right into Sip's face. That's a way to get opened.
Lovely stuff. Well, it's last round. All in, boys. 1 AK, 2 UMPs up against 4 players of Cloud9 as well. Smoked out. That's a really, really good smoke. He gets the kill for it as well. CT has to commit, but Glaive, he's got a chance in this one. Coming from the A ramp, takes down Skadoodle, and now have to go for it. They know exactly where the remaining CT players are. There's the first and the second as well. Shroud chiming in to finish things off. 3-0 for Cloud9, Anders. This is looking great. This is the team we discussed in the pre-game. If they start finding decent spawns, their key players are turning up. Automatic 35 kills. they could be a really deadly team. They just need that start, something to kind of get them in the zone, and some calls working in their favor, the fast stuff to show you can make CTs feel uncomfortable with this kind of like looser play style and just being spawn dependent. It's really cool to watch sometimes, and there it is. One round will do it now. Pressure firmly applied to Astralis on the T side of Mirage.
I mean, if you can get to this spot by, again, we've got to remind everyone, you started off the game being down 8-0. You can get to this spot. What happens if you have a good game start, you know? That could be really interesting. Maybe Cloud9 have a bit more to show in this tournament than maybe we were originally anticipating. They just need one good round here. Good entry frag, then play it safe. And make sure you win this one home. This is just quite an achievement already for Cloud9. You just need to follow it through. Stewie misses the first shot, and those opening frags, not a good sign for Cloud9, but Shroud at least gets one in return.
Yeah, he's in a decent position as well. They have not fully committed. They've pulled the rotations over on the CT side, but they will be falling back at this stage. So back they go. Stifled by Shroud, it seems. He's done enough just to give Cloud9 a lifeline here. They've lost track of the T's, of course, but he's going towards T spawn here. He could make an interesting play at this point. If he goes all in and finds a rotating player from the apartments at this particular stage, maybe it's got legs here. The bomb's going up, and as this could be the moment. Hello, free frag, bomb down. Now we've got a chance to close the game out in the first round here.
A great individual play. I love it when players take this kind of initiative. They almost had to in this case as well.
I don't know that smoke though. That was a problem. Like, instead of just smoking the choke point, like where devices, he threw it on the balcony, and he's just like, "Do you want to get that bomb? Yeah, no problem. Here's some cover for you."
Yeah, it did actually allow him to do that. You're right.
If you drop that smoke in the actual entrance, right, they can't come out, and then you can hold the angle still. Now he's lost it. It's like, oh no.
He's going to be walking right into them, and he does almost get the headshot on device, but not quite good enough. There is still a problem here, I think, for Astralis, and that's the clock that's ticking down. 20 seconds here, and nothing. He's in a really cheeky position. He's going to be getting the kill on Dupree. Then he puts up the Molotov with 16 seconds left. I don't think they've got a chance here.
No, I don't think they do at all. 10 seconds now, up to device. Run the gauntlet, through the flames he goes, and with 6 seconds remaining, has no choice but to plant here, and has no, can't win. That's it, over. Unlucky device.
Wow, look at Shroud.
That's amazing.
Cheeky grin there. I mean, that's just unbelievable. Look at that. You go 8 rounds up against Cloud9, and it's the best of